Hello, it's me again. My name is Rosa. Today I'm here to talk about 4 things regarding music copyright infringement, especially to upcoming musicians in Africa. What is copyright? Copyright protects your original works. Copyright owner have exclusive rights to distribute, produce, display, and perform. Okay. According to the intellectual law, infringement occurs when your copyright work is produced and distributed public or made into a derivative work without the permission of the copyright owner. Right. To be able to bring a claim or a litigation, the copyright infringement, the artist needs to show you are the author, the originator, and the masterminder of that music. Those are the things that need the artist to show. Right. So when it comes to 4 major things that I need to speak about regarding new and upcoming artists, the first thing to do as an artist, as a new upcoming artist, is to register your music, your works. In Zimbabwe, it's ZIMRA. In UK, it's PRIS. But I don't know in other parts of the countries. Other countries, they have their own music regulatory boards, so they can just check and find out. That is the first thing. The second important thing for the new upping artists, coming artists, is to read or seek legal advice before signing any contract. It is important. It is very, very important, because if you're not careful, you will sign your work away, because the terminology of law, it's tricky, it's difficult to understand. I'm talking from the experience side, because last year we've been to court with the similar problem, so I'm quite aware the work which involves going to the courts and everything. So what you also need to understand, I'm still on seeking legal advice. If you are seeking for a legal advice, you have to contact intellectual and property lawyers who are specialized in music industry and entertainment. Those are the legal advisors you need to talk to, because they'll be able to guide you in the right direction. Because when you put your signature and you don't understand what you've been requested or what that individual is asking on that contract agreement, and you sign it, then you are likely to lose in court. If you tomorrow go to court and say, oh, they've infringed my music, your chances of winning will be minute. So the upcoming musicians, they need to be very, very careful about that. Right. Thirdly, if you discover that somebody has infringed your music, the first thing to do, I need to get this correctly, you can ask a lawyer to write, not to put a claim, no, to write what's called cease and desist letter. Sometimes they call it a demand letter. That letter is to inform, they call them the defendant, or the person who's responsible, it might be a company or an individual, to say, stop what you are doing. And by doing so, it will save you costs, because these lawyers, they are very, very expensive. The cases to go for in copyright infringement, they can cost you a lot of, in thousands. Here in UK, in thousands of pounds. So it is expensive. So if you find out that somebody has infringed your music, if you first, by writing cease and desist or demand letter, what might happen if the individual or the company knows about the consequences of copyright infringement, they will get in touch, they will respond, and you can solve the problem, maybe out of court settlement. So it is important, because before you rush to say, okay, let's go to the court, we're going to the court, it is expensive. You need to be prepared. It is expensive, it's not cheap. So the best thing is to approach the individual and you warn them of your intentions, to say if they don't stop, you take this further. But at the same time, you really need to talk to them regarding the infringement side. That might help you. If, for instance, the person does not respond, or a company, they pretend like they didn't see your letter, they're pretending to, or they are ignoring you, okay, fine. Then again, that's when you instruct your lawyer. As we say, a lawyer who is specialized in music industry and entertainment, who can then go ahead and put a claim and represent you in court. So that was number 4. You can only go ahead by putting a claim if the defendant or the individual has ignored your letter, the demand letter. Then you can, that should be your last resort before heading to the courts. Because if I have to tell you from experience, it is expensive. Luckily, I had to take part of the work and help out so that the expenses were slightly reduced, but even though it was very expensive. So I hope it makes sense. I'm not legally trained. My job is the opposite. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just talking from experience. Right. One more crucial point is the courts can only allow you to submit a claim before 3 years has lapsed. This is what the courts call statutory limitation. So if you bring your claim or submit your claim after 3 years, the court will not allow it. So you always have to submit a claim within 3 years. It's a very, very crucial thing to understand, within 3 years. Because I think if you delay and you wait for 3 years to lapse, here in UK, I'm not sure about Zimbabwe, but here in UK, if you allow 3 years to lapse, then you think, oh, I want to go and put a claim, the court, will reject it, point blank, and you will be the loser. So I think for upcoming artists, it's one important point to know that you can only submit your claim within a space of 3 years. If you discover that somebody has infringed your music, within 3 years, you can put a claim. But after 3 years, you can't. Right? I hope I made myself clear, if I may. What do you think if you had any problems with your music, somebody using your music, without your agreement or anything like that? Please let me know in the comment, and I would love if people can subscribe on my channel. It's my second video, and I hope to see you again with a different topic. If you have any questions regarding what I've talked about music, please let me know. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye. Thank you.